Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday afternoon live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live usually every Tuesday and Thursday at 7, but today I needed to do it a lot earlier than 7, so you guys get me in the afternoon versus in the evening. So hopefully you guys are having a good morning. Sorry, I gotta move my chair out of the way a little bit. I've had a pretty good morning, nothing super earth-shattering exciting, which is always good. I started a new series on Netflix, and I've been watching it while I've been crafting, and I just hit season 2, so now I had to turn it off to do the Facebook Live, and I'm very sad because I want to see what happens, but we have plenty of time for that. So I am just going to chit-chat for a second because I know sometimes it's a few minutes before it shows up in people's news feed. I'm actually going to see if we're live on my iPad. And I don't think it's live quite yet, which is a little strange, but maybe it will come on. If you're just logging on, say hi so I know you're here. Today's project is using the Butterfly Kisses Suite. I had to remember the name of it. It's the Butterfly Kisses Suite, and I'm actually going to be doing a class to go on it, and hopefully I get it done tomorrow and emailed out. But it will be out within the next couple days, and I'll show you it in the catalog. It's absolutely beautiful. And we actually might be doing one of the cards for card class on the 18th, I believe card class is. I can't really remember. But let me scoot you over, and I will show you what we are doing. I'm just going to reboot my, oops, that's the volume. We don't want the volume. Sorry about that. I'm just making sure that we are live on Facebook. And there it is. Okay, so we are good to go. So this is on page 36 and 37. We're going to be using the stamp set, the dies, and of course the little gems that come with it. You can also get this as a page bundle, so you get everything that's shown here with one item code. So this is going to be the next class to go, the set that we're going to be using. Probably not the cards that I'm going to be making today, but some really beautiful cards. And I wanted to flip this over, and we are actually going to be using on page 174 is the Scalloped Contour. We're going to use this die set as well. As you can see, I cut an extra one, and I used it as my little bookmark. So those are the two things that we're going to be using today. And I did forget to show you, I meant to show you while we were up, I got all of the little mini catalogs in the mail, as well as the celebration items. We can't show the inside yet until the catalog goes live, but these will be going out this week as well. They're sitting on my desk waiting for me to put together. So let's see. Hello, Barbara and Bev, Linda. Good afternoon. I'm usually not live in the afternoon, so it is a little weird. Cassie just called me, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, getting ready to go live. And she's like, oh, it's 11 o'clock now. So that's why I was a minute late. But this is the Best Butterfly. This is the stamp set, and these are the dies. The dies are actually pretty cool, and I'm going to be showcasing this for my class to go, and I'll show you how to use all of them. It is pretty fun. And then we have the gems. I've already used quite a few of these gems. I used these on one of the pillow gifts for the July retreat, so that's why there's not many left. And then here is the designer series paper. It is so bright and cheery, and our next card class is all about kind of summer, and I thought these colors would be absolutely beautiful with it. So we are definitely going to be using that. So let's get this out of the way. And this is the Scalloped Contour dies. If you don't already own these, they are so beautiful. I definitely suggest having this in your craft room. We're going to be using the third largest or the third smallest. So the third one, that's what we're using. Hello, Marie and Teresa. Welcome. Okay, so I have two cards to show you that I pre-made. So the first one, actually let me scoot you forward a little bit. The first card is one that I did first, obviously. And then I decided to step it up a tiny bit, and then I did the second card. So here is the first one that I did. So when you open it, it's kind of a flip, and it says, all the love, sending good vibes. So I really liked it. I thought it turned out super cute. But then I got thinking, what if I put designer series paper on the edge versus stamping it? And I thought that looked super cute as well. So it's the same card, but I just used designer series paper instead of the little stamps that are in there. So I'm going to show you how to make this super cute and super simple card. Okay, we are changing the colors up a little bit. We are going to be doing, sorry, I got to get the butterflies off of here so they don't fly away. We are going to be doing the Starry Sky. I love this bright blue with this designer series paper. Let me bring some of that in. Hopefully it shows how beautiful this paper is together. But so this is Starry Sky, and it's 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it twice. I scored it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. So we're just going to go ahead and fold this, give it a good crease, and then this one we're going to fold backwards. Make sure they line up good, and then give that a good crease. So this is your mechanism. So let me bring in the card again. So there's your mechanism. So now what we have to do is this little flap. And I want to tell you, it is so easy. You guys are literally going to fall out of your chair. So before we cut it, I do want to add some designer series paper. So in the descriptions, I did put in this dimension versus my original one where I didn't have a border along the edge. You can do it either way, but just make it 1/4 inch longer and wider if you don't want a border. So what we're going to do is we're first going to adhere this, but we're only going to adhere it in 3 spots. We're going to put some adhesive on the top, this side, only this side, and then down the bottom. So we're going to flip this over. Oh, that one is brand new. Let's get one that's already open. So my original one, I didn't glue it like this, so I kind of messed it up. It didn't really mess up. I was still able to make it work. But you're going to put it along the top, the bottom, and then the one side. So we're going to center this on that little flap. Perfect. And now we can bring in this, oops, as I knocked everything over, now we can bring in our die piece. You will need your embossing machine. So hopefully, and I did buy new plates. Do you guys want to see them? I haven't opened them yet. It's like Christmas when you get new cutting plates, and these ones have seen better days, but it still works, so I'm not getting rid of it quite yet. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to line this scallop die in the score mark. Let's see if I can get my hand in there, and it doesn't have to be super perfect, but you just want to line this up. And that looks pretty good. You can grab a piece of washi tape if you want, just to hold this in place. It works either way. Okay, so we're going to put that down just to secure it. So I need to move this over a tiny bit. So I'm going to pull this off to the side, and I'm going to bring in my plates. I'm going to run my plate all the way through because I don't want the whole thing to cut. So I'm lining the side of my plate up to that score mark. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I'm just lining those pieces up, and now I'm just going to hold that down and run this through. We're going to make 2 of these cards, so if you didn't get it the first time, I didn't pre-prep the other one, so we could do this part again. And then when you pull, you can go ahead and gently remove this. And your washi tape should come right off, but just be gentle with it. You don't want to rip it. Okay, we can, actually it stayed on, so we can use that for the next card. So watch this. So we didn't put adhesive on this side, so this piece should, oh, and I still glued it to the wrong spot. I did that on the other one too, but that's okay because it's going to get covered up. So we're going to peel this off. Good thing the glue wasn't on there too good. And now you're going to have to put glue on this side. I cannot believe I did that again. But it's okay. It still works. So we're just going to put a little adhesive on there and glue that side down. So this is what you're left with. This is how to make your little mechanism. This card is so easy, as long as you glue it in the right spots. Just teasing. Okay, so let's do a little bit of stamping. So I had 2 pieces, I have 1 piece of our basic white same scalloped. I just cut this out. And I have a piece of the designer series paper that I cut out in the scallop. So we're going to do a tiny bit of stamping on the inside piece and the outside. So let me grab my stamp. And I think I'm going to do You Are My Bestie and So Glad You Exist. So You Are My Bestie. Pull this one off. I'm going to put it on a block. And then So Glad You Exist. Oh, hopefully I brought a big enough block. I didn't. So let's see if this works. Let's see if this will work. Oh, it does. Perfect. So we will just change blocks. Hopefully that one fits. Oh, and it does. I meant to do that. Okay. So I'm going to center this one a tiny bit more so I don't mess it up. So with photopolymer, I have been doing this for the last couple days, and I really like how it turns out. So when you have photopolymer, sometimes you don't get a really nice, crisp image the first few times that you use it. But if you ink this up with Versamark first, you don't have to wipe it off after. For some reason, it literally just makes your image super crisp every time you stamp it. It's kind of the strangest thing. I don't really understand the logic behind it, but it has worked. So I'm going to stamp You're My Bestie. I'm going to stamp that right here. Hopefully it's even. The camera is right in my head space. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. And then I'm going to stamp So Glad You Exist. And I'm stamping that right in the center. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. I cannot complain. Now let me bring in this one. So I don't know if you can see that there's a tiny little piece that it didn't stamp so swell. And I didn't use Versamark on this, I forgot. But then if you look at this one, it is spot on. So I don't know what it does, but I think it does do something, obviously. Okay, so now let's start gluing our pieces together. So this one is going to go right on the inside. I keep grabbing the glue that's not even open. So put adhesive on the whole thing. We're going to tuck that into the grooves and lay that down. Then we're going to open this up. Let's put some adhesive on the back side. And then lay this down. Let's see, I think I see some new friends logging on. Hello, Aunt Tammy and Tracy, Darlene. Hello, everybody. Okay, so there we go. Now, this little piece kind of looked a little funky and weird, so that's why I cut this piece, and I'm just going to lay this over top. And then all you have to do is decorate your card, and you're done. There we go. Lay that down. Oh, that kind of shifted on me a little bit. Oh well, nobody will ever be able to tell. So I went ahead and cut 2 butterflies. This one I used the smaller butterfly, so I'm just going to put some adhesive on the kind of belly part of it and lay this down. And then I did another one out of the designer series paper. Yes, Tracy, I can't wait either. I've already started, before I start that, I'm just going to offset this a tiny bit, just so you can see the background of it as well. I've already have the nameplates done. I have most of the pillow gifts done. So there you go. Look how easy that card is to put together. And now all you have to do is finish it with a couple of your little gems. You grab my little poker tool, and you could really use any of them because this designer series paper has all of these colors in it. So I'm going to use the little ones. And let's do, there we go. Look how easy this card was to put together. It did shift a little bit when I was gluing that down. I shouldn't have probably waited another second to open it. But it's super fun and definitely something different. And you could even put a few of the little dots from the stamp set down here in the corner. Okay, let's make one more. We're actually going to use the same exact paper. And hopefully I can glue that down right. Even if you do mess up, it really isn't tragic because, as you can see, it was a super easy fix. Okay, so there's this. So we're cutting this one. So put adhesive on the top, bottom, and the left side, apparently. It might still be wrong. But as you can tell, it was not hard to get off. So there we go. That is down. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you, Tracy. It is just something different. And it's a fun fold. And I really do enjoy fun folds. You actually will have another one on Thursday. I should have brought it in to show you because it is super duper cute, but I didn't. Maybe I will give you a sneak peek of it on Facebook. So I'm just going to come in and line this up. Put that down just so it holds it in place. And I'm taking this score line and I'm going to line up my plates to that. So you kind of just want to make sure everything is even on your embossing machine. So that's down. So I'm just going to scoot it so it starts to turn, just so it doesn't shift with the motion of it. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes when you put your embossing machine through, it kind of shifts a little bit. So that's why I like to hold it. Sorry, everything's falling off my table. Okay, there we go. You're done with that. Peel this off it gently. And oh look! Haha! It totally came off. I did it the way I was supposed to. There we go. And we already put adhesive on here. If you wanted to, you could lift this up and add some adhesive to it, but I think it's going to be totally fine. So let's do a little bit of stamping before we attach everything. And I think I'm going to use the same stamps because I really like You're My Bestie. I think it is super cute. And this is the class to go for next month. So hopefully I'll get the emails sent out in the next couple days. So registration will be open. And you're going to be making lots of beautiful cards. And you'll have a ton of stuff left over to make more. So glad you exist. Totally do. Each and every one of you. Totally glad you guys exist. So let's make sure this is open before you glue this piece down. And I'm just going to hold it there for a second to make sure it stays lined up. There we go. That should be good. Let's open it and then we'll attach this to the inside. And let me grab the stamp set really quick to see. Let's do a couple of these little doodads. Let me grab a block. And I'm going to do my Versamark first. I should have did this before I attached that, but I just thought of it. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to put a piece of paper right on the edge so I don't go off. How do I want it? Just like that. There we go. Just a little something in the corner. And then we are going to grab our designer series paper. Put some adhesive on here. And then we're going to go ahead and line that up. Sorry, let me get this back on the camera. There we go. And then when you open it, oh, and it shifted again. What the heck am I doing? It literally did not shift on my last one, on my 2 that I made. It's okay. Nobody will ever know, except everybody that's watching the live. So there's that, and then I have the 2 butterflies to go on top. I must be moving it when I am opening it. I thought I left it sit long enough. So put some adhesive. And then the designer series paper. You could put it right on top if you wanted to. I just kind of liked it off center a tiny bit. A little smidgen. And then let's add some gems. We'll do a big one in the center and then smaller ones on the side. There we go. Super easy and definitely a wow card. Literally anybody who would get this in the mail would definitely think they were super special. So see how that one totally lined up? I have no idea what I did. It does line up. I'm just currently still sleeping. So there's that. Let me get all the junk out of the way. And then if you don't want the designer series paper on the edge, you could definitely use the little circle dots or these little triangles. You could do that on the side as well. I think they actually all of them turned out super cute. And it's a fun, fancy, easy fold. That's what I like. Is if they're super easy and super fun, then it is a go. It is a win. So thank you, Jessica. Hello. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. So hello, good morning, everybody. So that was your live for today. Thank you so much for joining me earlier, and thank you for being patient with me. I will get the catalogs out in the mail this week. I promise. Everything's almost done. I just have to stuff all of the envelopes with the catalogs, and you can definitely order them for the July retreat. And don't forget about the celebration that is included in the July retreat. So, anyways, if you guys need anything, please feel free to reach out. If I don't answer right away, Lucas has his first swim lesson, so I'm going to go to that today at 2, and then I do have to work. So if I don't answer your question right away, just know I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a good day. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.